welcome back to my channel. So I am here shipping some items out for Poshmark. I actually sold 3 things this weekend, so I'm going to ship them out, and I'm probably going to drop them at the post office tonight because I have to get gas for work tomorrow. So what I thought I would do is walk you through my process for shipping and talk about an important shipping change on Poshmark that is really important and you need to know about because you could lose money if you're not aware of it. So first thing I'm going to ship, which I think is probably what most people would want to see, is I sold this duck. It's a vintage duck napkin holder. I sold it for $10, and when I sell things I always just check and make sure they're kind of as described. And something like this, it is not fragile, but if enough pressure goes on this, it could break. So what I did was I found some styrofoam that I cut to fit in here, and I'm going to put this kind of in the middle of the ducks, and this is just to kind of reinforce it so that if the package gets stepped on, you're not risking like this breaking, because I believe they are just glued. So I just want to make sure to stabilize that. And then I have a box here. It's an old Amazon box, I think. And what I'm gonna do is make sure that there's enough room, like so that I'm shipping. So I have a couple inches on each side to put padding or packing paper in this place. It's packing paper. So now when I ship, I try to use as much recyclable materials as possible. So I have this packing paper that I've been given from family members, friends, when they buy things. And I like to use that because if I have to buy packing paper, while it's not super expensive, I do, part of what I do and I love doing is because, and you just want to make sure you get a good thing on the bottom like this, like good base of paper, is I like keeping things out of the landfill, and I know that whoever gets this probably won't keep and reuse the paper. Okay, so this looks good. So I'm gonna run this up. So see, it has like a cushion on every side. Like every side of this duck is cushioned. So, but that means that I'm not buying stuff. I'm not creating a demand for more products. And also, it's a cost savings. And you know, if I have to spend $1 on packaging paper or, you know, boxes instead of reusing them, you know, that's $1 more that I have to charge to get back, you know, what I spent on it. So then this is done, and I actually wrote out all my thank you cards. So I'm gonna put this one is for this item right here. So what I do is I usually just stick it on top and make sure this is braced. There is an old shipping label on here, but I've torn it off. And I have the label printer, and I'm gonna print the labels. But I'm gonna do it after we're done here, just so I don't risk any like addresses being shown on the internet, because that's the last thing I want to do. Okay, so the duck is ready to go. Box looks good. The bottom is already, I left it taped, so I don't have to tape that. So normally if I was selling like 3 or 4 things and they were all in similar boxes, I would write on here what it is, but all 3 of these items are going in completely different packages, so it's not going to be a problem to like tell them apart. So the duck is done. So what I'm going to ship next is I sold 2 shirts. When you ship on Poshmark, when I shipped clothes before, I always use the priority mail postage envelopes. And Poshmark has reduced their shipping, but now, like when I sold these 2 shirts, they said on there, if you use the USPS priority packaging, you're gonna get charged $5. So this is not worth buying an envelope for $5. So obviously I'm not going to be using this, but I used to use these all the time because they were free. I did try to use like poly mailers if I had any that I could recycle, but most of the time that you're not able to. So I actually have a whole stack here So what I am gonna do is when I drop these packages off, I will be taking these and returning them to the post office because I do not wanna use them by mistake, because that is, in that case, you know, like there's shirts, if you sell a shirt for like $5, you could end up paying to send the shirt to somebody. So I just don't want to take any chances. I actually did not have any poly mailers that I purchased, but luckily I went to a Posh event probably like 2 years ago, and I just kind of shoved these in my Poshmark room, and I still have, I have 3 poly mailers. So luckily I have them. That is probably something just due to selling clothing that I will have to purchase. So I did go on Amazon, and I can order them and then kind of show you the quality if that's something that you're interested in, so that you know, like for your business. I think I found them, depending on the quantity you buy, for 20 cents to like as low as, I think I got them down to like 10 cents if I bought like 1,000 of them. I'm not doing anywhere near that volume. What I think I'm gonna do is buy a smaller quantity, maybe 100, maybe 50. It's gonna be a little more expensive, but I wanna make sure they're like a decent quality before I buy 1,000 of them. So what I do for the shirts is, this is the one shirt I sold. It is an express plaid shirt. I've had it listed for a while. I usually don't take things off. Once I list them, I usually keep them listed because they'll sell eventually, is my mantra, unless you're running out of space. But I'm not running out of space, at least not yet. So I do make sure the shirts are like de-wrinkled. I make sure they don't have any holes in them. They didn't acquire any holes while I had them kind of like stored. And what I normally do is, so I get these plastic bags from friends. When they buy something, I'll ask them to save their little poly bag for me, because I do like to kind of double bag the shirts. And then I'll take the shirt and I put it kind of in here, and this should fit. I need to refold this a little bit. I'm gonna fold this in half, and I am gonna fold it one more time, and that should be good enough. It's a little bit smaller of a poly bag than I normally would like to put them in, but I don't really have a choice because I do not have any other poly bags right now. I had counted on using these. So, and I'm just gonna wrap it in here to protect it. Because you don't know, like I didn't look at the address on this one yet, so it could be going somewhere, especially you don't know if it's going to like Seattle or somewhere where it rains. You just want to make sure like your clothes don't get wet when you send them. I just seal a little bit of packing tape. And then this is the poly bag. It's a nice Poshmark one, so I'm gonna use this bag. Hopefully this fits. I hope that this fits, because this is my only option right now. Yes, it does fit. Okay, good. So I'm gonna take this and put my thank you card in there. And I also do need to order like actual thank you cards. I kind of hand make them right now. I'll make, you know, a few at a time when I have extra time, like we're watching a movie or something, but I do need to just order kind of more standard ones because I cut out the paper, put stickers on there, and it's just a lot of work. Okay, so this item is shipped and ready to go. This is a shirt. And then the last item that I'm shipping is a sweater. It sold for $5. It's been listed for quite some time. This sweater was actually one that I had out of my personal closet. I bought it from Old Navy on clearance, I think a long time ago. And it is 100% cotton, size small. It's a really nice sweater. I actually got a lot. I actually had this sweater in blue, magenta. I think I had it in white too. I had it in several colors. Ah, sorry, I got hair in my face. But what happened is, like, just living down here, like we do need sweaters, but this sweater is just like, it's too heavy of a knit and I just never wore it. So I'm like, you know what? It is a nice sweater. It's 100% cotton. I really want it to go to somebody who can appreciate it and who will want to wear it because it's in such great condition. And it's 100% cotton, so you know it's hard. Sometimes those get kind of pricey, and even though it is Old Navy, it's still a great sweater. It kind of almost looks like one of the Ralph Lauren sweaters. So fold this over. And even though this is going in a poly bag, I still always put them kind of in these bags, just like I said, just for extra protection so they don't get wet wherever they're going. I did, one time I sold some books and I put them in like 2 poly bags. I put them in a ton of plastic and it ended up raining there. And the lady sent me a really nice note. She was like, thank you so much. They made it dry because apparently they were left out in the rain by Postal Service. So this one is ready to go. And although it pains me, I am going to use this very large poly mailer for this sweater because I don't have any other options right now. I am going to probably order the poly mailers within the next week. And until then, what I'll probably do is if I do sell clothing, I'll just put it in like a box. So, oh, I almost forgot the thank you note. Gotta put that in there. I'm gonna seal this. Sometimes I do tape these. I might tape this one down just to make sure it stays shut. And I might fold this. Let the air out of there. And then put the label here. So the other shirt was from Express too. So it's kind of funny, I have all these designer shirts listed. You know, you never know what's gonna sell. So if you are trying to get sales on your Poshmark, don't get discouraged. Because like, I mean, Old Navy, Express, the Ducking, you never know what someone is looking for, what they're gonna sell, what's gonna sell. I've had some jeans sell pretty quickly, and I think that it's because they were like an old style and a size that somebody maybe really loved and couldn't find anymore. So these are all done and ready to get mailed. I'm gonna put the labels on off camera. And this is what I have going out today, 3 items. It's 25 bucks, not a lot, but it all adds up, and they are all going to new homes where they're gonna be appreciated and they're landfill. So just kind of want to ask you what your thoughts are on the new Poshmark shipping policy. And it's kind of great that they were able to lower the shipping costs, but now, you know, we do have to buy poly mailers, which good or bad. Maybe it's good because then people aren't wasting them. So to make us buy our own. Let me know what your thoughts are if you sell on Poshmark and if you accidentally maybe used one of these and didn't realize it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and getting these items ready for shipping. And please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.